What's up, everybody? Welcome to the First Meal Podcast. My name is Ralph Delgado. Today, I'm super excited and grateful to have someone in the same room as me that has inspired me. For the last couple months, I've been following his journey. Truly someone who has faced all odds and is currently facing all odds, and someone that I wanted to bring to you guys to inspire you guys. The whole purpose of this podcast is to bring guests like this in for you guys to be inspired, and there's no one currently that's inspiring me more right now than Chris Archila. Chris, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I appreciate you inviting me. I've been wanting to be on a podcast for a long time, and it's a very, very great podcast to be on because I was watching your episodes and just your messages and the whole al millón y un poquito más, and the message that we could like reach our dreams, and no matter what, we could defy all odds. That's what I like to do. And yeah, I started earlier this year, I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and it's been a really, really rough journey for me. I've been working out since I was little, and I wanted to incorporate that into my Instagram and show you guys that even though I have this disease, I can still continue, and I can still, defeat all these boundaries that are in my way.
Perfect. Chris, thank you again for being here. Let's backtrack a little bit. Let's talk about your journey, how you started. Let's give me a little bit background of your age. How old are you right now?
I am 20 years old. I'm about to turn 21 in October, and I just graduated from high school around 2 years ago.
Okay, what's your ethnicity?
I am a Latino, and I'm proud to be Latino because my parents came here as immigrants, and they showed me that with hard work and dedication that no matter what, you can make it in this country.
Love that, man. Okay, so January was when you received the news.
Yes,
Tell me a little bit about that, about how you received it and your first initial thoughts when you were diagnosed with stage 4 cancer.
Yeah, so in January, I remember I was getting really sick, and I remember I was throwing up one day, and my mom was like, "Chris, what's going on? This isn't normal." And I told her, "No, it's just throw up," because I would throw up a lot constantly throughout this time. And I was like, "No, it's okay." But I was throwing up a lot of red stuff. So she was like, "No, Chris, you need to go to the hospital." And I told my mom, "No, I need to go to work tomorrow. I need to help you out. I need to help the family out." And she was like, "No, it's okay. We're going to take you to the hospital." So we went to the hospital, and I lost my memory. And I remember just like opening my eyes, and then the doctor telling me, "Oh, Chris, I have really hard news to tell you." And then she said, "I'm sorry, you have masses around your liver, or masses in your liver and around your abdominal area, and they're cancer masses." And then I remember just like freaking out, and I was like, "What?" And then I remember I told the lady, I told her, "No, you have to call my mom. I'm not going to call her. I don't want to hear her cry." And I called my dad, and after that, I lost all my memory because there's a neurotoxin that my liver could not filter, that went straight to my brain, and it's called ammonia, and it was at a level of 200, and I could not remember anything. And I was like, I guess I went crazy.
So during that time, you literally lost your memory because of what was going on with your liver?
Yes.
So you weren't able to recall none of the time, the whole transit to the hospital or anything like that?
I don't remember the transit. I remember like two things, and that was when I got diagnosed, and then there was this like moment where I was in the hospital and I was freaking out, and I was trying to escape because I thought someone was trying to kill me or something. And then my dad was there, and I was like, Dad, help me, please." And my dad was like, "It's okay." But after that, I don't remember anything.
When you received the news, were you by yourself?
I was by myself.
Okay, what was your first initial reaction when you received it? As far as just, was it more concerned? Because you told me it was more, you called your mom not to tell your mom, but what was it internally for you? What was your thoughts?
For me, I don't think that I was worried about myself. I was more worried about my mother because, I'm her kid, and imagine losing a kid, and I don't want her to lose me, and I don't want to and I was scared what she would think because my mom, she gets very, very tense, and I didn't want her to freak out. So I was more worried about her than I wasn't myself.
That's awesome. That tells a lot about you and your heart, because you, as a son, you want to protect your mother. Yes. Obviously, you want to protect the news emotionally as well. So it really is character upon you. But now, after you got the news and your mother knew, what did you internally feel? Because I feel like, from what I've, talking to you recently, I feel like there's something that you felt where you wanted to like take over this.
When I was in the ICU, I woke up and I remembered oncologist walking in and he told my dad, "Your son has 2 to 3 years to live." And then I remember me and my dad just looked at each other and I started crying. And I told my dad, "I don't want to leave. I don't want to die." And I was crying because I remember I worked so hard to be where I was. I graduated high school. I put so much effort into like respecting people, having good grades, and listening to my parents. And I was in sports, and I have dreams. I wanted to be a professional boxer. I wanted to power lift. I wanted to do body. I wanted to do everything. And I was crying because I felt like I just had all that taken away from me. But it was weird because then my dad was telling me, "No, Chris, you're not going to die because Jesus has something else in store for you." And then I remember I was like thinking to myself, you know what, that might be true. And then after that day, I don't know why, I just started like praying and praying and praying. And then there was a night in that same hospital, I swear, I heard Jesus talk to me. I was literally in my bed, and this is like, I get goosebumps every time I talk about this. I was in my bed and I heard my dad's voice in English, perfect English, not like, my dad can't speak perfect English, he speaks broken English. Yeah. Heard my dad's voice in perfect English say, "Hey, you're gonna be okay, you're gonna beat this, you just need to have faith and you just need to wait." And then I was turning my head and I said, "Wait, no one's there." And then I thought to myself, I was like, no, that had to be Jesus.
That's awesome, man. You felt that presence of Jesus there talking to you, like this voice inside your head.
Yes, I felt it. Like it was like I get goosebumps every time I think about it.
Same, man. Same. Going back to when your dad told you that, I want to talk a little bit more about that. So you had a moment of weakness at that time. You felt like your life was over. And your dad was there to support you at that time. Your dad was there to give you that faith that you needed. How important has faith played so far in your life?
It has played a very, very important role because I started going to church again because I had stopped going to church actually. But I started going again, and every time I go to that church and every time I just praise God, I just feel like I have more energy and I have more strength. And every time I go to the gym, I always pray now, and I always tell myself, like, with God, everything is possible, and I have that strength through him. And I just feel like what Jesus went through, going to that cross and sacrificing himself for everyone, like, that's nothing compared to what he has done, what I'm going through is nothing compared to what he has done. So I'm like, you know what? If he could do that, I could do what I'm doing. I could beat this. So that's why I have this strong faith.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Were you raised with faith, or did it get closer as this incident happened? And I ask because I know how it is. I know how we tend to want to, when it's difficult times, he's always going to be there. God, Jesus will always be there during those times. So he's always going to be there for us. Did you feel like you grasped on more to that faith?
Yes. I was raised in faith, but I never really understood it because I'd never really went through something like this. And yes, I've been through some hardships in my life, but I don't think like anything that like I've lived through has been as tough as an experience as what I'm going through right now. And for some reason, the worst thing that has happened to me in my life gave me an even stronger faith in Jesus. And I don't know why, but everyone that has talked to me has been talking to me about Jesus. Like, every person I meet in my life, they've been saying, "Oh yeah, Jesus has you." And it's weird because before this, I've never encountered that. I've always encountered people saying, "Let's go do this, let's go do drugs, let's go drink alcohol, let's go to these concerts, let's do all this stuff that's not good for you." But ever since I got diagnosed, I've been hearing more about Jesus, more about God, and everyone's saying, "You should do this, you should do that, you should eat more clean, you should drink more tea, you should have more faith, listen to more gospel music." And I had people tell me, "You're a strong kid, you could go through this." And then I believe that Jesus is talking to me through all these people.
I believe that too. I think God is surrounding you with the proper people. It sounds like it. The way you speak so passionately about the faith that you have, I know it's super authentic, and I know it's what's keeping you very strong. I know He's there for you. I really do believe it, and I don't think things don't happen just because. All these things, all these people that are being around you are because you are also attracting them to your life. So there's nothing but positivity in your life. You could have chose to take the different route. Okay, you could have chose to be, I don't want to say weak-minded, but to chose the easier path where you're like, you know what? It is what it is, right? Your mentality, where does it come from? As far as like, you know what? This isn't going to defeat me. This isn't the end of the road for me. This is where am I headed is not where most people are headed. You know, where does this mentality come from where you're so strong and willful?
I think it came from all the mentors in my life, because I've been in all these sports and I've had all these coaches that, you know, every time your team loses, they tell you this like inspirational speech, and then you hear that stuff and you want to like keep going and keep going and thriving. And I remember when I was in football, I was a running back, and I did not like it, and I couldn't play it. And then I was like, what position should I play? And I remember I was seeing the lineman, and I was this skinny kid, and I was like, you know what? I want to be defensive lineman. So I told the coach I want to be defensive lineman. He's like, all right, let's see what you have. And he put me a defensive end, and I was just sacking the quarterback like over and over again. And I loved it. And then I loved like pushing myself with all these big guys in the weight room. I was this small kid, and I was like lifting nothing. And then after a while, you see me in junior year, I'm out lifting the big guys, and they're like, what the heck? How are you out lifting us? I'm like, I don't know. I just like pushing forward. I like just working, and I just like having that working mentality.
Where does it come from? From your parents? What do you think? Because it looks like life and God is preparing you for this, what you're going through right now. You know, you're saying that you weren't in a position where your size is not where you were supposed to be, but you were like, you made the most out of that position, right?
Yeah.
So where does it come from? Parents? I know you were saying mentors and things like that, but do you feel like sports really helped you mentally?
Yeah, sports. And then my mom and dad, they're just like amazing people. You don't, the things I've seen them do is like crazy. I've seen my dad, like he came to this country with nothing, and my mom also came to this country with nothing, and they raised me somehow. At the age of like 20, they had me, and they somehow raised me to be this person, and they somehow have provided for us, even though they had nothing. They had absolutely nothing. They started working. They started having all these business ideas. I'm like, how? My mom, around the COVID time, she started her cleaning business because she was just tired of like not doing anything. She was like, you know what? I'm gonna start this cleaning business, and somehow she just has this energy where she could just attract people to like love her. And I don't know why she has this energy, but like everyone that she meets loves talking to her, and I always see that in her, and I'm like, dang, I want to have that too.
So your parents are definitely an influence on your mentality and the way you're being brought up, and during this time as well.
Yes.
Right. Friends, do you have friends that are also supporting you through this journey?
Yeah, my friends, I'm surprised because my friends are like really closed-minded, but when this has happened to me, I have seen them grow with me. I saw their minds open in a way where it's like, dang, look at Chris going through this. And then I have seen them grow with me. So it's like a cool thing to see. I don't know. I like seeing them grow with me.
Grow with you too. You feel like you were a leader in your circle, or how do you feel about that? Because I do see your lifting videos. I see how sometimes you incorporate your guys in there. You guys are lifting. We'll get into that right now because I know you're a pretty strong dude.
Yeah, I like I don't like saying I'm a leader of them. I feel like I'm the one that kind of like holds them together, because I remember they used to argue all the time, and I was like, guys, we gotta stop arguing. Or let's say we would roast each other, and then it was just like
those circles.
Yeah, it was just a fun time to have. Like we've never like been like I know there's friend groups that like will like separate for like the dumbest reasons, but we've always been like really close. I think it's because we've known each other for so long. We've known each other since we were in elementary school, so it's like we're like brothers basically.
I feel that 100%, especially in your teenage years. You have that like really close niche circle of group that is there to support you. How'd they take the news when all this happened? Were they working out with you in the gym too? Are they into that as well?
Yeah, they love working out. So my best friend, his name is Joseph. He has a little brother that me and him got into the gym around the same time, because I wasn't ever going to the gym. I was always lifting in like football, and like that was when I was lifting. But when we got into the gym, we got in around the same time, and me and him like really hit it off in the gym. And then his older brother started coming with us in the gym. And then now we're just like this like friend group that loves working out. And that's like what we talk about a lot. We talk about working out.
About lifting and everything.
Yeah, that's how we talk about lifting. And we never have drama. We don't talk about bad things. We just talk about lifting, business ideas or stuff like that. Yeah, we just like, that's just how we are.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Tell me a little bit about some of the obstacles you're currently facing, as far as with your lifting right now currently. Like, what are you limited to?
Right now, I get exhausted a lot. I get fatigued a lot, so I have to take a lot of rest in between sets and stuff. I can't lift as much as I could before, but I still try to lift as much as I can. I still try to push myself.
How's this affecting you mentally right now?
The other day, actually, I remember I was looking at videos of my old self, and I started crying because I felt like a part of myself kind of died, because I used to be able to lift so much. I had I don't want to be cocky. This isn't trying to be cocky. Let's go.
But just be real. Let's give us your lifts. Your deadlift, squat, and bench.
I was deadlifting like upwards of 500 pounds, squatting 500 pounds, benching 315 pounds. I was like super buff. I was 165 pounds while I was doing this, and I like 8% body fat. And everyone was accusing me of taking steroids.
But you weren't. Make it clear. You weren't.
I was like, I wasn't taking steroids, and I'm gonna keep saying that because I never was. You guys could blood test me. But like I look at myself back then, and I'm like, dang, I feel weak still, but I'm still lifting a lot, and that's what people would tell me. But I'm like, no, you guys don't understand. I worked so hard for this, and I started crying. And my mom was like, Chris, but maybe God didn't want you to get hurt and stuff. And I was like, you know what? Maybe you're right.
I like that you're looking your mom helps you look at the positive things as well. So
yeah,
that's awesome. So the lifting right now, how as going back to your lifting days, you are really into fitness. Like that's your thing. I see you if you guys follow him on Instagram, you guys will see that he's super strong for 20. How old were you when you're lifting 500 pounds?
I was like 19.
19 years old, lifting that, and your height?
I'm 5'7.5", 5'8".
Super strong, man. I'm 34. I have not lifted that anywhere close to that, man. So major props to that. So how has lifting, being in the gym, helped you mentally? How has it given you a purpose too? Because I know it definitely has helped out. I saw in one of your comments on Instagram too, someone commented, and I think it probably scientifically proven that being physically fit has also helped you in having a stage 4 cancer right now too. Yes. Do you personally feel like it has helped you? Because right now, looking at you, frankly, I'm looking at him right now, strong. He looks strong when he walked in. There's this presence and aura that he has. Like you could feel it, you could see it. So I thought you were smaller when I saw you online. You're pretty big, dude. You're a pretty big dude.
Yeah. So lifting like literally saved my life. So when you have cancer, your cancer is basically eating away at all the nutrients that you're consuming. And all the muscles that I built were basically stealing it from the cancer and saying, nope, I'm taking it. And it's crazy because I didn't think that I was literally saving myself by lifting weights, which is such a crazy thought to think of, like something you love was saving you. So having the muscles like clearly were saving me. And then just having this like thrive to keep going in the gym has been a good mental thing for me, because imagine I don't have that thrive to be in the gym. I'm just in my room sleeping and not doing anything. I would have been wasting away in bed and not wanting to do anything and been crying, depressed and whatever. But being in the gym, I always go and there's people that come up to me and they tell me how they're supporting me. They tell me how I inspired them, and them saying that inspires me to keep going. And now I have my platform and I get all these comments. You're inspiring me. People text me that they wake up and they look forward to seeing my videos every day. And that just makes me so happy and makes me want to keep going, because now I feel like I have a purpose, that I'm inspiring these people that maybe they didn't have that motivation. Now they see me, they're like, dang, I could do it now. And I'd rather see all these people win than see all these people lose, you know? I want to see everyone win. So that's what inspires me.
Love it, man. And you have that light, you have that aura, you have that charisma. God has given you that Dawn. I like to say that charisma. I'm telling you, you walked in here right away and you feel it. You feel your energy, man. And I wanted to be in the same room with you because you're so positive. The energy that you give is really awesome. You talk a lot about how it seems like you're really well versed with what you have and how the nutrients are being taken from your muscles. Sounds like you've really studied the cancer. Sounds like you're really into nutrition. Sounds like you're like really focused on what you have. And what are you currently doing to stay active, to have this energy, to have any nutrients, any treatments?
Yeah, so I'm currently going through chemotherapy, which is something that I have to go through. And I know a lot of people don't like it and they disagree with it, but it's something that literally saved my life because, like I said, I had the ammonia go up into my head and I was dying, and the chemotherapy was able to get rid of some of the cancer cells. And those cancer cells that got rid, my liver was able to filter out the ammonia.
All from chemotherapy.
Yeah, all from chemotherapy. But alongside that, I started taking a lot of vitamins, vitamin D3, quercetin, vitamin B12. I had to take arginine and citrulline to help my liver filter out stuff. The quercetin and the other vitamins, those are for immunity support. It helps me get energy. So if I don't take those, I might be like more tired, but those help me get more energy. And I eat more fruits now. I have a really hard time eating a lot of fruits and vegetables because I used to be really picky. And my mom is out here and she's like making me and drink all this stuff. She's like, Chris, no, you have to drink it. I'm like, Mom, no, I don't want to. And she's like, no. She's like, drink it. And I'm like, all right, I'll drink it. And then, so she's been a very big help. And I know like at the time when like she's like telling me to drink this stuff, I get mad, but I'm thankful that she's pushing me to drink all this stuff. And then my dad also, he tells me, Chris, you got to go on walks. You got to go to the gym. Don't stay at home. Don't try to stay in your bed, because I know at the time it might feel like you want to be in bed, but once you go out, you're going to feel better. And it's true, because when I do go out, then I feel like I have more energy. So those two have been a great support for me, and they've been helping me. And what you were talking about, how I started learning more about my cancer. Yes, I started doing a lot of research into what cancer really is and how it affects the body and how I could help prevent it. And I started studying all these different things and what foods I could eat and I can't. So I don't eat processed meat anymore. So stuff like bacon, deli meats, ham, I can't eat stuff like that. I can't eat fried foods anymore because my liver can't process it that great because it's weak right now. So if I eat a fried food, I'll feel really weak throughout the day because my liver is trying to, process it. But I eat more like clean now, and yeah, that's how I eat.
Are you self-educated in all this? Because you sound very like you know exactly what you're talking about. You know about nutrients and everything. Are you like self-educated, or is there someone helping you out?
Both. I have so I joined a foundation called Fibro Fighters. So a little background on my cancer. It's called fibrolamellar carcinoma, and it's a very rare type of liver cancer. 1 in 5 million people have it, and I think 200 or around 200, 300 people are diagnosed with it a year. And the foundation has really helped me understand what it is. And alongside the foundation, I do a lot of my own research because I get a lot of DMs of people telling me take a carnivore diet or do a vegetarian diet or do this and do that. And I'm like, but can this help me? So I research and I understand that some stuff they're saying can help me, but they just don't know the whole thing. So it's like, okay, I could take stuff from certain diets and incorporate it, but I can't do the whole diet because it could potentially hurt me. So I have to be more, I have to be self-taught and I have to learn stuff,
Yeah, everybody's different. Everyone reacts to different things differently. So awesome the way that you're doing it physically, emotionally, mentally. What are some things that you're doing to keep that positivity, man? Because I do see that you're positive. what are some things that you're doing to keep your emotional level stable?
Talking to people, going on Instagram and just talking to people. There's a lot of videos I have where I'm crying, and I go on Instagram and I just tell people what I'm going through, and I want to see how people react to it. I want to see what people think about what I'm going through. I don't believe in like going through a therapist because frankly, like if I'm paying someone, I don't think they care about me. I like talking to my parents. I like talking to my siblings or my friends. I like talking to people because I get that feedback, or sometimes if they just listen, it's just better for me to just put it out there. And I know a lot of people say, men shouldn't cry, but when I cry, I feel way better. So why not? Why not cry? Why not let it all out? So yeah, that's one of the things I do.
You're finding a lot of support in yourself from just sharing your experiences. What I'm hearing, right? Sharing your experience, hearing people talk, you talking to people, because I do see your videos every single day, and you're using it as an outlet and positive outlet, which is super, super important. Tell me how social media has really shaped your life, because I do see you did have a video go viral and you got a lot of support from that. And we were talking earlier, you're very fan of a bunch of fitness YouTubers and things like that. Typically coming from someone around my age, 34, I see the positive and the negatives in social media. You're using it as an outlet to really push your story, to really inspire people. What do you think of social media, and how has it really shaped your life? Because I know you're 20 years old. You told me you were watching YouTube since you were 5. What are some of the YouTubers that you follow?
Well, right now, one of my favorite YouTubers is Danny Duncan. He's just like a very, very hilarious guy. You see him online and he's just, everything he does is genuine. He never fakes his videos and you just love watching him. Another YouTuber I love watching is FaZe Rug. He's this like very charismatic dude, super nice, down to earth guy. You watch his videos and everything he does is, he never does anything for beef. He doesn't go attack people. All he does is like support people, help people out. He likes making these like crazy videos that are just so fun to watch. Mr. Beast, I know a lot of people love watching him, and I love watching him too. Everyone loves watching him. He's just a very down-to-earth guy as well. In the fitness scene, I love watching the Trend Twins because they're just crazy. They're like these like guys that they're my height. They just go in the gym. They just pump iron. That's literally all they do, but people love watching them because they're not out here trying to like fake their videos or like fake their, they just like pumping iron. That's all they do. And then I just love watching these guys because they're guys that love doing content, and that's what I wanted to do. I love doing content, but I don't want to do it in a way where it's fake and I'm trying to like promote like rate there. Okay. So if you go on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter and all these platforms, you will see this type of content called rage bait, where people will purposely try to get you mad to interact with their content. And that stuff is just so annoying to watch because they do it in a way where it's like so obvious, but then a lot of people don't know it's obvious. So they start, attacking them and commenting. And I just don't like that stuff.
Which helps the algorithm promote them more. So whenever you guys see that type of content, avoid it. I get exactly what you mean. And I like the fact that you're saying there, first, that you realize that there is fake content out there, that people are doing it just because. And the purpose of this podcast too is to bring real people. Just how you're saying you want real content. You want the type of content that resonates with people, that is no fluff, that's just real. Like the guys you're talking about that go in there, their purpose is to pump iron. Any specific content that you would like to start pushing? Because I know you like fitness. I see your videos. We would love to watch more about that too.
Yeah, I wanted to start going on YouTube and just like, I don't know. I wanted to do daily vlogs, but then I don't want to do daily vlogs. I want to do like a certain type of content where I like do like crazy things. Like there's this one YouTube channel I watch. I forget their channel because I just started watching them recently, but they do all these like weird like camping challenges where they just go outside and they do like, we're gonna see who gets like the budget, like $1 budget, $100, $1,000 budget, and we're gonna see who does like the wackiest like camping, like the campsite idea, whatever. But their like campsites are so funny, and it's just so fun to watch because they don't do like these boring videos. They do these like fun, extravagant videos. So I want to do stuff like that.
You like prank videos?
Prank videos, the reason why I don't like prank videos is because it depends. If you're pranking like a family member in a funny way, it's cool. But then there's the pranksters that do videos where they're not pranking people. They're actually kind of like assaulting them.
Yes,
And it's like,
there's a very thin line with that. I've seen that.
yeah. And then there's the ones that do the fake prank videos. But the fake prank videos, like I'll let them slide because it's like they're not really harming anyone. They're just like, they're fake. But then there's people that legit go online and they go up to someone and just mess with them. And then, like, let's say they're like bodyguard will protect them if anything happens. And it's like, why are you doing all this stuff?
Yeah,
like,
exactly. You like that real content. That's the type of content you want to bring. I do believe daily vlogs for you would definitely work because it seems like you have a very interesting life every single day. Tomorrow, we had scheduled this for a weekend, and tomorrow you have do you still have a schedule, chemotherapy scheduled?
Yeah, I'm my chemotherapy scheduled tomorrow, so I have to get prepared for that. It's funny because like last chemotherapy, I was throwing up like a lot after. And
how does that feel? Explain a little bit more physically and emotionally how it feels. Does it affect your hormones? Like your mood goes up and down? Explain to us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, chemotherapy affects a lot of things. So when I get the chemotherapy, at first it's like whatever, but then you feel it like burning in your veins, and I'm like, dang, like this is tough. And then I start feeling really sick. I start feeling like I have like the flu or something. And then I start feeling like I don't want to eat anything, and my body's trying to reject everything it has in its system. And then I'm like in bed, I'm like, I feel all sick and I feel all tired and I feel weak. And then when I get home, I don't want to talk to anyone. I just want to be in my bed. I'm all sad. I put a hoodie on. I put joggers on. I put my hoodie on. I put a blanket over myself, and I just try to fall asleep. And yeah, it's been like every time I get it, it'll last for 2 days. The sickness, and I'll feel just very, very, very weak. And I don't want to do anything. I just feel like I just want to die. That's basically it. I have this sense of like, it's like a sense of doom, like something's going to happen to me. That's what I feel.
I see. So during chemotherapy, you definitely do acknowledge that your emotions are very volatile, very up and down, right?
Yeah.
Physically to it, and it affects you. How many sessions of chemotherapy do you currently have right now? Because I know it is a treatment, right?
Yeah.
And I want to get into that because you've talked about it on your videos too, where between a cure, that's not a cure, right?
It's not a cure.
Yeah. Can you explain a little bit about that?
So I'm going to be on my eighth, I think, my eighth cycle of chemotherapy. So with cancer, it's such a weird disease because you have my cancer, but then someone has breast cancer, completely different. You can't compare the two. They have different characteristics, different, everything is different about them. The only thing that's the same is that they come from your cells. And people don't seem to understand this, and then they think that there's a secret cure out there, and it's like, no, there isn't a secret cure. There's just treatments for these type of diseases because they're stuff that's linked to your own body, so they have to find a way to kill it. And that's why chemotherapy is a treatment, because it goes straight to your cancer and it starts killing it, but at the same time it could kill other cells. So that's why you see people's hair fall out, because it will kill other fast cells that grow, and then people's hairs grow the fastest, so their hair starts falling out. Luckily, my chemotherapy doesn't affect my hair loss, so that's why I haven't had my hair fall out. But I know other people that have had their hair fall out too, and it's kind of a sad thing because it's your appearance and you don't want to look a certain way, but now you have to. And it sucks, especially I know women have to go through it, and I just get sad a lot because I know how they're going. I know how they're feeling, on top of you feel sick and just terrible all the time. You have your hair fall out and now you feel like you're ugly, and it's just like a terrible feeling. So I feel for them. But yeah, there is no cure, but the treatments, there's a lot of treatments that are coming out, radiation treatments, chemotherapy. There's new treatments that they're talking about. But every day there's new progress towards finding a way to treat cancer in a way where it's not going to be as dangerous as it is right now. Look, in the 80s, cancer treatments were some of the worst treatments ever. They would leave people looking like skeletons, and that's why you see videos in the past of people who have had cancer. They look very, very skinny, and now people don't look as skinny and as weak as before because now the treatments are getting better and better.
Awesome. And you're hopeful, obviously, for those progressive medicines to come out. What's the difference between chemotherapy and radiation? I know you touched a little bit about radiation too.
I haven't done radiation, but I know that radiation kills the cancer mostly from the outside, or there's other radiation treatments where they inject little radiation, like they're like little balls, and they go straight to your cancer cell and they kind of kill it. But radiation is more of like, okay, because if I had radiation on my arm, it would kill the cells around it. So radiation is more of like trying to attack the cells, like specifically. But chemotherapy they're trying to attack the cells specifically, but it's so hard because it's going throughout your whole body, and it's chemicals killing you.
Chemical that's killing your cells, right?
Yeah.
And it affects all your cells, right? Right, Chris. So the story, people could see it as negative. People could see it as like, this is the end of the road. We're not going to see it that way. We're not. You're going to defy all odds. Tell me about your hopes, your dreams that are coming out of this. Like what's inspiring you to keep going? Like, what do you see in the future?
So
besides beating this right now, because we're going to beat this.
Yeah. So something my dad has told me is that, Chris, like, you're such a strong kid. If I've had this, he always tells me if anybody else has had this, they don't think they would have done what I've done. And he says that he sees me like coming out of this, like even 10 times as stronger as I was before. And I believe that too. I believe that once I come out of this, I'm going to like break records in the powerlifting scene. That's one of my passions. I want to come in and like just break records. At my weight class, I feel like I could. And then I also want to dabble into combat sports. I don't know if MMA is something I want to dabble into, but boxing is something I really want to dabble into.
You've practiced both?
Yeah. No, I haven't practiced really martial arts that much. Wrestling a little bit, but I've practiced a lot of boxing, which has been very, very fun for me. And I was practicing in like different gyms. I was going to a gym called Raincross, and the coach there is a very, very great guy. He supports me still.
What city is it in?
It's in Riverside, California. He trained Chris Arreola. I don't know if you've heard about Chris Arreola.
Yeah, he's on. Is he on Nate's camp? Right, he's the one fighting Pettis. I think Anthony Pettis. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, so Chris Arreola is a very, very or not Chris Arreola. The trainer is a very, very great guy. He welcomed me in with open arms. He didn't charge me anything. And
was this recently or?
This was last year. And
okay.
Yeah, and I remember I was training in that gym, getting some spars in, but this whole thing happened. I couldn't go in the gym.
Is this preventing you? You can't box right now or anything like that?
I can't box right now.
Explain why can't you do that right now?
Because I have I have a bloated stomach, and it's called ascites. So I have a buildup of fluid and gas in my stomach. So if I tap it, it hurts. And if I shift like this, so let's say I'm doing my 1-2, if I shift, it just starts like feeling like something's in there, and it feels so uncomfortable. So I can't really.
So you're limited to those types of movements right now.
Yeah, so I can't do that. So, and I'm glad I could still do like weightlifting, because if I couldn't,
that'd be something else, right?
I would be so stressed.
You're still benching right now?
Yeah, I bench. My max bench right now is a plate and a 35. I could almost get to 2 plates.
That's almost 2 plates.
Yeah, I'm trying to get back there. It's so weird because
that's still pretty strong. I'm barely pushing the 2 plates right now.
For me, it's so weird because I remember I already hit 2 plates and I already did that, but now it's like I have to redo it, and it's so funny to me. I'm like, dang, I have to do this again. But I told myself, you did it once, you could do it again.
Are you still squatting too?
Yeah, I still squat. Right now I can squat like 2 plates in a 25.
This guy says it like it's nothing. Dude, that is so much still.
The other day I deadlifted 3 plates somehow. I don't know how I did it, but I did it, and I was happy that I did it, because then I'm like, okay, I have my strength. I can still keep going.
You're super strong, bro. I'm sure if you compare yourself to someone else, you're someone that does not currently have cancer. You're super strong, bro. You really are. So you're lifting deadlifting 3 plates right now too.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna come back to 4 and then 5 plates eventually. But that's just patience. That's my whole thing. I'm like, okay, if I'm patient, I could do it. And I've always been patient. I've never been like someone that would rush in. I see all these young kids now, and they see other people, and they're like, dang, I want to be like that. And they take steroids and stuff. And look, if you're a kid, don't take steroids. If you're under the age of like 21, don't take steroids. Wait till you reach your potential. Wait till you reach as high as you can, because trust me, you have not reached your potential yet. There's a lot you could do in your life.
I agree. There's a lot of people right now, especially because I believe social media, that want to have that aesthetic look where they want to look big or just lift heavy just to prove a point on social media, right? And I do study a little bit about the science of as far as like weightlifting. You're right. Especially men, we tend to peak later on. Maybe I wouldn't even know. We start losing testosterone like at 35, I believe, right? So once you hit that, then maybe we consider some type of supplements. Any supplements that you're taking right now?
No, just the vitamins. I've never really took
Creatine, protein, none of that right now.
You know, even during when I was lifting, I would never take protein shakes. I wouldn't take creatine. I was all raw. I was raw dog everything. I was
pre-workout.
Pre-workout. That's something that everyone takes, but that's because like energy drinks. I would take energy drinks, but I wouldn't like no creatine, none of that, because I just never really liked it. Like why am I gonna take this like powder stuff? Like I don't know.
I could just protein then. No protein at all.
Yeah, the only protein I would give was straight from my food. I liked eating a lot. I was always eating.
Would you like count your macros and do all that?
I wouldn't count anything.
Nothing.
I would just eat until I felt good. I knew what was bad, and I think the thing that helped me a lot. I don't like pastries. I hate like chocolates. I hate cupcakes. I remember for my birthday, my mom would buy me a cake, and then I would be like, you guys can eat it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
You wouldn't count calories either?
Mm-mm.
Nothing. And you were just shredded.
Yeah.
You would put work into the gym. You would spend hours in the gym,
I would spend like 2 to 3 hours in the gym, and I would just be like in there and just like pumping. And I remember I'd be sweating. I'd be sweating a lot. You could ask my dad. I would go after work, literally go to the gym, be there for like 3 hours. And
nonstop. That was your life then.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you are shredded still to this day. So to me, it's kind of odd that there was no type of, frankly, structure to your, did you have like your reps at least planned out, your days, Monday, bench day?
Yeah, I had, it was all in my mind though. Like I never had it written down. I just like knew what I wanted to do. Like I would go in, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go do this many sets, and then I would see how to go from there. But no, I never really like came in there, and because I know a lot of people, they ask for a personal trainer, like, okay, structure my workouts. But I feel like if you structure workouts, you're going to limit yourself, because then you're going to be like, okay, 4 sets of 10, I'm done. And then go on to something else. But then I'm like, okay, 4 sets of 10. But then if I still feel like I could keep going, I'm going to keep pushing,
So you would max out every day?
I wouldn't max out every day, but I would go till failure.
Every day?
Yeah.
Okay. So you recommend that?
Yeah, failure, progressive overload. I just go in and then just see how until I'm gassed out, until I can't lift anymore.
So each day would be different, because each day you would feel, depending on your diet, you'd be carved up or not carved up. So each day till failure would be different, right?
Yeah. And then I would do a lot of powerlifting too. So I would lift a lot of like, there was days where I would go in and just bench, like I would get like 2 plates and a 25 and maybe do that for 2 and then rack it up again, take a rest, go back, do it for 2, rest up. But then I felt like my muscles were getting more fatigued, and I felt like I was growing and getting stronger that way. Instead of doing I'm going to do 4 sets of 10. If you do 4 sets of 10, you're going to limit yourself, because then you're like, okay, I'm done. Do you understand me?
I get you. You're going till you're fatigued, till your muscles feel like they're basically ripping apart for that day. Yeah. Like, all right, I'm good. And then you go and you take these, 30-minute breaks maybe while you're in another machine, then come hit it again.
Yeah.
Right? I try to get exactly what you're saying. So always go to failure is your routine.
Yeah.
Failure. Okay. And your guys do the same thing? You and your friends always do the same thing as far as like that workout?
I try to get them to do the same thing, but I feel like they found a different way to do their things. I feel like...
So this works for you?
Yeah, this works for me. I feel like everyone is different. There's some people that have different goals. For me, it was more about strength. And I think me obsessing over strength helped me get lean. I don't know how that worked out, but I guess it worked out. But other people want to be bigger, so they kind of like do lighter weight, but they do a lot of reps, or they do like slow and controlled, super slow and controlled. I started doing slow and controlled, but
So strength is your thing. You want to power lift. You don't care about the bodybuilding. You want to power lift.
Yeah, I didn't care about bodybuilding.
Your body just happens to look good.
Yeah, I guess I got the good genetics.
Yeah.
But yeah,
your dad looks pretty buff too, dude. Definitely genetics.
Yeah, I just like powerlifting was my thing, and I think I got shredded from it was from boxing. Oh, this is a funny story. Okay, so when it was COVID time, I remember I was in football and then COVID happened. So then there was nothing you could do, right? You're at home. And I remember during this time, I was obsessed with soda. So I remember I would just drink sodas and eat, I would eat a lot of pizza and soda. That was like my diet, pizza, soda, and chips. And then one day I looked at myself, I probably have a photo somewhere, but I looked at myself and I was kind of getting chubby and I was like, yo, what the heck? I've never seen this in my life. I was like, what's going on? And then I remember I was like no gyms are open, but there was this boxing gym open. It was called P-Town. And I was like, Mom, can I get into boxing? She was like, no, you're going to get hurt. I was like, come on, please. She was like, all right. And then I went into the boxing gym and then I just started smashing that bag. And then I remember after like 3 months, I got cut and I was like, dang, I got it back. And so if you guys want to lose weight, I recommend boxing.
Definitely. You sweat so much too in those gyms. For some reason, it sounds like it's freaking hot in there, but you just sweat so much because you're using your entire body.
And then when you're sparring, you sweat like crazy and you get tired. Yeah, boxing, any type of combat sport is amazing for losing weight. So yeah, that's my recommendation. That's how I got shredded, I
agree 100%. I run marathons, right? I run almost every single day and then I spar on Saturdays. The conditioning does not transition, dude. Like it's all about breathing. It's all about like how you're throwing your punches, how much energy you're exerting. So boxing is definitely, or any, like you said, any combat sport is definitely good. You're looking forward to getting back into that too after all this.
Yeah, and then I'm so glad my little sister, she got into wrestling.
She's doing that right now?
Yeah, and she's doing really good in it. She started loving it. I remember, so she got into a new high school and she was telling me, Chris, I don't have any friends. I'm sad. I don't know what to do. And I was like, join a sport. She was like, I don't know what sport to do. I was like, join wrestling. And she was like, I'm not going to like that. And I was like, trust me, you're going to love it. And she joined it. She's like, Chris, I found my passion.
She loves it.
Yeah. And then
how old is she?
She's 15 and she's really good. And she's pretty buff too. I'm like scared of her. I'm like, dang, like, how did you get like this? But she's an athlete too. And I'm so glad that she found that.
How many siblings do you have?
I have my older brother and my little sister. My older brother.
You're the middle child.
Yeah. My older brother started recently going to the gym. Before he would run a lot, he was in cross and track. Nice. He was like a super, super great runner. He had a mile time of like 4:40.
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was just like really great at running.
You guys are all athletes.
Yeah.
You said your dad played professional baseball too.
Yeah, my dad played professional baseball in Guatemala. He was a pitcher and he pitched upwards. I think he pitched like 91 miles. I think he pitched 91. And yeah, like he was one of my biggest inspirations. I remember one day, this was before I had my cancer. One day I remember my dad was like, I don't know what happened, but I was sad. And I told my dad was like, why are you sad? I was like, because I don't want to let you down. I want to be a professional athlete too. And I feel like I'm like, no, I can't get there. And then I remember he just like told me like, you can. So that was like that was a good he's like a good mentor for me.
I'm sure. And how having him obviously has helped you a lot in your career as well. As far as being an athlete, if you were to go pro in anything, what would it be?
I think boxing. Boxing is like one of those sports that like it's just like 1-on-1 and it's like you leave it all in the ring, and I just love that. Like I don't like team sports as much because when you're in a team sport, it's like, if someone messes up, then it's like everything. Or like if
you have to rely on someone else.
Yeah, if I mess up, it's like, dang, I let everyone down. But in boxing, it's like
you like that pressure, huh? You like to feel like you're the one.
It's like it's just me, so it's like I know it's all on me, so I have to do it.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly. Boxing is definitely something that I've enjoyed doing recently too, and found a passion for it. But I do like the fact that it is all on you. Mm-hmm. You know, you're the one that's going to decide to quit in that corner, or you're the one that's actually going to push forward and keep doing it, which explains a lot about your mentality too. Who are your favorite boxers?
Teofimo Lopez.
He's good.
One of my favorite boxers.
He's fun to watch, dude. He's so agile, moves so fast too.
Yeah, he just has like a crazy mind. I don't know how he does it. there was a fight with him and Josh Taylor, and I don't know what happened like in that fight, but he like got into his zone. He just started whooping him, and I was like, "What is going on?"
He's so good, man. He's so good. Definitely.
I love watching heavyweight fights. So right now, Alexander Usyk.
You saw that fight? Did you see it?
Yeah, he just became one of my favorite fighters because of what he did. I couldn't believe how he just almost he almost made Tyson Fury like drop. And I think Tyson Fury, if there was like a couple more seconds in that round, I think Tyson Fury wouldn't
down for sure.
Yeah.
The ref saved him.
Yeah,
you know, I think just because of the magnitude of how big that fight was, he didn't call it off. And it's Tyson Fury, but it was such a good fight. And Usyk's a lot shorter than him too, right? Mm-hmm. And he's coming up in weight class because I think he used to fight light heavyweight, right?
Undisputed cruiserweight.
Oh, cruiserweight. There you go.
Yeah, so he came from being an undisputed cruiserweight champion to being a heavyweight undisputed champion,
which is crazy.
So now he's like the pound for pound king. And then another fighter I love watching was Terrence Crawford, especially what he did at Errol Spence. It was
technician.
Such a technical fight. And then we see Lomachenko's another fighter I love watching.
Who'd you think won the Loma versus Haney?
I think Loma won.
You think so?
I still think Loma won.
Watch it without commentary.
Yeah, I think that fight was close.
Very close.
Where it could have gone either way, but I'm not mad that Haney won. I'll give it to Haney.
What do you think of Ryan?
Ryan, you see, this whole fight was so weird because he came over 3 pounds, but then they're like doing all these PED allegations. And then everyone's like, it's either true or not true. And I'm like, I don't know what to even like look at it. So I'm just going to not even touch that fight. I don't want to look into that.
He won whatever. Okay. All right. MMA. Let's talk about, because I know we were talking earlier. And I'm very passionate about MMA. Some fighters.
Machaev was like whatever I don't know what he's on, but what happened last Sunday, or was it Saturday?
Yeah.
He destroyed Poirier in a way where it was like, it was beautiful. Like the wrestling, the striking, he has it all, and he's going to keep growing. And he's one of those fighters that people don't like, but people don't like him because he's so good.
Yes, exactly. And I'm one of those guys that I didn't like him. Like I was telling you before, the fact that he went toe to toe with Poirier, I was like, okay, respect. Like, okay, you got I'm a fan now. I'm a fan because he did prove he's not like Khabib, where you know what you're gonna get from Khabib. From this guy, he's like toe to toe, striking with one of the best strikers in the UFC. You know, so that really gained my respect. Not that I obviously respect him, but like as a fan, he goes toe to toe. I'm sure you enjoyed that fight too.
Yeah, and then we had Sean Strickland fight too, but Sean Strickland fights in a way where it's like scary, like. He just
marching you down and in an awkward way too, right?
Yeah, I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, this guy's like he just doesn't care, and like he will get hit and then he would just come back. Pop, pop,
yep. Pop. And Paulo Costa is a freaking beast. You think he's on roids?
Maybe.
Right? Sometime, right? Dude,
yeah.
He's so big and like he keeps that muscle throughout the entire, and he weight cuts too. He drops down like 20 pounds.
Yeah, and Paulo Costa is dangerous. So what Sean Strickland, he was just like walking him down. Or when he was walking down Izzy
too. I watched that fight.
I was like, how is he doing this? I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, it's just weird.
He's so good, man. The way that he fights, I try to incorporate that because I'm kind of awkward too when I throw my punches. It's like coming from here. Like he's really, really good. Definitely someone I like to watch. He's so entertaining. That's the thing about him. Like he's so good for social media because he talks about the things no one wants to talk about. That's why. Are you a fan of Sean Strickland?
Yeah, I like watching his stuff. I know he lives near me. He lives in Corona.
Oh, so, does he?
Yeah, I want to see if I go out there one day. Maybe I could see him.
That dude's dope. I met him once before. He's a cool dude for sure. Sure.
Another fighter I love watching is Sugar Sean O'Malley.
Hey,
and that was because he like proved everyone wrong. A
lot of people don't like him, but tell us why you like him.
He just proved everyone wrong. He comes in this fight. He comes in these fights and everyone's like, oh, he's gonna lose, and he just like shows up and he destroys the guy. And this last fight, who did he fight? He fought him twice. I forgot his name, but he came in and he was like, people were saying, oh, he's going to lose.
Chito.
Chito. Everyone was saying that he was going to lose again. And then he came in, but then we see Chito and he's like taking all this punishment. He does not care. He's just still coming in.
Dude, Chito's you see that knee down the middle? I was like, I thought that would have knocked anyone out. Chito has like this probably thick old skull, man. I definitely watched that fight. It was really fun to watch too.
And Mighty Mouse.
Chito's cool too, though. Chito. I like his grit. You know, he's from, where's he from? Ecuador.
Yeah.
You know, so it's really cool to watch him too. His journey, because he's been in the UFC I think over a decade now, and kind of like rise to stardom. That was such a good fight too to watch. I liked it. But you know, Sean O'Malley. A lot of people don't like him because he's flashy and he's a little cocky, I would say. But I think that's part of the persona he's playing. You know.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people don't understand that there is when you're going into these fights, if you want to promote the fight, you have to be cocky. Look at Conor McGregor. That was his whole thing, and he became one of the richest athletes on the planet.
Exactly.
That's what happened with Floyd Mayweather. A lot of people hate him.
You have to have people talking about you.
I genuinely like Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, Floyd's dope, man. As a boxer, I enjoy him. He changed the game.
A lot of people say he's a runner. You could look back into his fights. I don't think he runs. I think he just dodges. I think that's a game. That's literally the sport, but people don't like it because, you know, he's not getting hits. Or like, oh my God, my favorite fighter is losing. And, you know, there's people that say he robbed other fighters. I think he won every fight.
Floyd is 51 now, maybe 50 and 0.
Yeah.
50 and 0, and no one can dispute that. He fought everybody whenever he needed to fight them. Floyd, everyone should respect him. He's freaking one of the best boxers in the world, if not the best. So I like his style. A lot of people adopted it. Ryan has the almost identical shoulder roll.
Yeah, he started trying to use it, but he uses it in a weird way where like everyone's hitting his back.
Yeah,
so.
that was fun. It works. It works for him. Ryan's super athletic. I definitely found Ryan too. Yeah, right.
He's fast. Like you see his punches. I'm like, dang.
Fast.
He was fighting this other dude named Garcia. No, not Garcia. I forgot who he was fighting, but he had like this phantom punch, and it was like, I think if you search up Ryan Garcia phantom punch, you'll see it where he legit like he's like throwing this punch, and then you see this punch, but this punch like you can't see it with your eye, but when you see the slow mo, you just see it, and he hits the guy, knocks him out with it, but you see it in real life and you can't see it.
It's like I've seen that one before. Like it's so fast.
And I'm just like, what the heck? And then I'm like, you know what? This guy is legit. Guy's crazy.
Yeah, and crazy thing, I don't know if you saw a couple of days ago, his mom just got diagnosed with cancer. I don't know if you saw that too, right?
I haven't seen that. Ryan Garcia, if you're watching this, bro, your mom, she's a warrior. She's going to make it through. You just got to have faith in God, bro. For real. That's what I tell to everyone that has cancer, bro. I met a lot of people with cancer, and it's just something that I don't wish on anybody. I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. I don't have any more enemies, to be honest. You know what's funny? When I was in the ICU, I texted all of the people I had any type of dispute with, any type of beef with, and I told them, you know what? I'm going to be the bigger man, and I'm just apologizing for anything I've done to you. And
you did that in the ICU?
Yeah, and I told them, like, I don't care if you hate me still, if you love me or whatever. I just don't want to have anything, like, I don't want to have any bad emotions towards you, because I don't want to have that. I don't want to go up to someone and be like, I don't like that person anymore. I want to go up to someone and be like, you know what? They're a human being, and they might be going through something, and I don't know what they're going through, but maybe they were being foul towards me because of something that they were going through, and I'm gonna like take that into account and just try to approach them as like if I never knew them, and just approach them as a new person again.
I see that, and I know there's a big support community too for people with cancer. A lot of people support a lot. There's communities that support. You guys support each other. You follow a few people online too. Do you recommend anyone? We want to be inspired. We want to be inspired by your story, and I'm sure you're also inspired by different people. Anyone out there that you see is inspiring you currently going through what you're going through?
There's three individuals. There's a guy that I follow. His name is Jace Beats Cancer. So his story or his Instagram page was the reason why I started mine, because he was diagnosed around the same time as I was, and he got diagnosed with blood cancer. And when he was talking about it, he was very sad, but then he said, you know what, I'm going to post my whole journey, everything I'm going through, so everyone could see like my life, and I'm just going to do it no matter how sad I am, no matter what I'm feeling, I'm just going to post. And he stuck to his word, and he right now he stopped chemo because the chemo finished for him. So now he's seeing of like he has to do more treatments, or if he doesn't have to do it no more. And I hope that he doesn't have to do no more treatments. And there's another page called the_last_him. And this guy, his name is Giovanni. He has stage 4 skin cancer. He's a very, very tough guy. He literally ran the Spartan race like a month ago, and he completed it. I don't know how he did it with what he has.
Wow.
What he has, because I'm telling you, like, my energy is like so low right now, where the things he's doing is like crazy. And then there's another lady, and her name is, well, her Instagram page is Stronger After Cancer, and she is she has breast cancer, and she's a powerlifter as well, and she is lifting upwards of like 400 pounds. And right now she is still lifting. She deadlifts like 400 pounds still. And it's crazy. And I'm just like looking at this girl, and I'm like, you go, you keep doing that, like keep going. And I know that she's going to be inspiring a lot of women too.
Definitely. There's a lot of people out there. That's so cool that you shared those stories. So I wasn't even aware of that. You know, that's awesome. Very inspiring. We're going to follow those people too. Someone that currently got diagnosed, someone that doesn't know where to go, what advice would you give them?
I'm going to tell them that, you know, this is going to be a very, very tough thing, and that your emotions matter. So if you want to cry, if you want to scream, do it. But don't let it stop you. Don't let it kill you. Don't let those emotions stop you from doing what you want to do. Yes, you're gonna have these emotions, but it's not gonna be the end of you, because you could either let it destroy you, or you could take your life back. And I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna want to take your life back, because I could have let these emotions destroy me. And if I let these emotions destroy me, I wouldn't be here right now talking to you. And I'm so glad that I'm here talking to you. So, you know, just don't let these emotions take over you. You take over those emotions and say, you know what, I'm going to be better, and I'm going to keep going. I'm going to strive. I'm going to strive for greatness and strive for it, you know, keep going.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Chris, thank you so much. I'm going to give you some words too, man. I'm 34 years old. You're 20, 14-year difference. It's very, very, very inspiring what you're doing. Very, very inspiring how you're putting yourself out there. One, you're not scared of what people think. You're not scared of anything. It looks like you're fearless. I know there is ups and downs, but what you're going through right now is I would say, for you, how I see you take it is like a blessing. You're like, you know, God chose me to take this. Why did God chose me? Because I'm strong. I'm His warrior. I'm going to represent what it is to have this condition. It's what it is to have cancer, right? He chose His strongest warriors, and you're a perfect example of that. You are a perfect example of someone that is here to inspire. It's a pleasure to be in the room with you. You feel your energy. It is a blessing. I know most people tend to see it like it's negative, but God chooses His toughest battles for His strongest warriors, and I'm sure you're one of them. I'm sure you're one of them. Keep inspiring us. Keep telling us about your story. Keep giving us hope too, because when I see your story and I came across it, we're all going through problems. They seem so little compared to what you're going through every single day, man, but to what you have to live through. You know, not only you, but your family and your support system. You know, all these problems that we think we have, they're nothing compared to the physical toll you're taking, to the emotional toll you're taking. And it inspires us because you bring this positivity. What else do I have to worry about right now? Someone like me right now who, you know, isn't in the place that you're in. I don't have nothing to worry about, man. And you sharing this brings light to that, brings hope to every single person, and also people with cancers, also people that are on stage 1, stage 2. You have stage 4 cancer. And look at you, man. Like, you are bringing this positivity, this charisma, sharing it with the world, man. We need people like you. We need people like you, man. So I do appreciate everything and your content. Keep putting it out. Keep putting it out. There's so many people out there, I promise you, that don't even message you, that don't even like or comment or do anything. They just simply follow you, just came across your page, or being inspired. You have, I think, 46, almost 50,000 followers right now. I'm sure you've reached more than 1 million people already, right? You have videos that have gone viral that have changed people's perspective, including myself, including my family. When we shared this story amongst us, amongst our community, people are inspired. You are definitely someone inspirational, man. So I appreciate you coming. I appreciate everything that you're doing. Any last words that you have for us?
No, there's a story I want to tell you.
Let's do it.
So one time, this is funny because what you said about God gave me this. I believe that He did, because one day I saw my sister. She was like sick, and I remember it was like a mild sickness, but I didn't like seeing her like this. So I told God, I was like, you know what, God, whatever pain you give to my family, put it on me, because I feel like I could handle all the pain, and I don't want to see them in pain. I would never want to see my mom or my dad or my brother or my sister going through what I'm going through. I'd rather have all that toll on me instead of them, because I feel like if I had my brother take it, I don't know if he would be able to take it as well as I could, and I'd rather take all that toll. And I'm glad I got it and they didn't. That's all I want to say. I'm just glad that I don't care that I have it, because at the end of the day, I have it and it's my battle, and I'm the one that's going to overcome it. That's what I want to say.
Great words, Chris. Great words, man. You are the chosen one in every aspect. You are the chosen one, man. I'm looking forward to following your journey. I'm looking forward to seeing more videos. I'm looking forward to watching you beat this. I'm super, super excited, man. Super, super excited. Please tell everyone else where they can follow you.
You could follow me on my Instagram. It's Mr. Pound for Pound. It's spelled Mr. LB for LB. Same as my TikTok. I post a little less on my TikTok for different reasons, but because TikTok is kind of weird, but I like using Instagram more. And yeah, my Instagram has all my links and stuff. So if you guys want to support me, you can go on there and support me.
Perfect. Thank you, Chris, again. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to follow Chris, follow his story, follow his journey. We'll have him back very soon. We'll have you back very, very soon. Chris, again, thank you so much for coming. Thank you to your parents for bringing you. Thank you to my video team, my wife, everyone for setting everything up. We're all super inspired to have Chris here. And make sure to follow at The First Mill. We're going to be working a lot with Chris hopefully soon. And thank you again.